Steve Gaito has joined us now on the Daily News. As you know, he's a certified financial planner. He is also owner of Retirement Resource Management. Today we're talking long-term care insurance and what it is, why it's important, how to pay for it.
Oh gosh, all those things.
All of those things. So let's begin with why is it important, Steve, and welcome.
Well, long-term care is one of those things that people don't really want to think about. But the statistics are out there. 70% of people are going to have a long-term care event in their life. And the reality is, it's expensive. It's expensive to save for it, but if you need it, it's very expensive. And so having a plan to deal with it is critical. I don't think you can have a retirement plan without dealing with long-term care in one way, shape, or form.
And so with that, then so how do you fund it? Do you actually get a separate policy, or do you just, set aside some money in your savings or whatever?
Yeah, that's changed. A lot of people used to buy long-term care like they buy their homeowner's policy.
Okay.
And that was a use it or lose it. And unfortunately, it's become so expensive that most of the companies have gotten out of that traditional model. And asset-based plans are becoming more prevalent out there. Okay. That's where you basically are pre-funding it, but you're leveraging it with a life insurance policy. The majority of people, that's what they use right now.
Okay.
The other option is if you don't have enough resources to be able to do that, or you need income, some of the annuities that are out there have a long-term care rider on them that's actually pretty attractive. Now, it won't cover all of your costs, but it's a great way to make up some of the difference.
So you said the word cost.
Yeah.
How expensive is long-term care?
And I'm glad you asked that question. Genworth's just come out with a study for the numbers. In South Carolina right now, homemaker services is about $53,000
a year.
A year. If you go to adult daycare, which is a real nice option for a lot of people, if you just need a break and you're able to care for a parent or something, it's about $17,000. A private room in an assisted living is about $43,000. That doesn't sound so bad. And even the semi-private rooms, pretty close to $88,000. But the real challenge is when you're buying it right now, you're not buying it at these prices. You're looking 10, 15, 20 years out. And so those costs change pretty dramatically. In 2032, they're expected for that semi-private room to be over $120,000. And so the challenge comes is, where's that money going to come from?
Right. So where is it going to come from? You kind of already alluded to that, but...
And that's what I try to help people do is, my company, Retirement Resource Management, is really about putting your assets in the right place for the right time. And so with some of the asset-based ones, you can earmark money, but if you need it later on, you could pull it back if you had to. Okay. It's typically the last money that you'll use, but really long-term care is about providing for those that are left behind, and that's either your spouse or your children. And to be able to provide that quality care, there's going to be a cost. And so looking at where you can fund it, how you can fund it, that's why I give people a free initial consultation. Come in the office, see what's going on, and see if it makes sense to do it.
Now, if you're going to go with long-term care insurance or whatever, start thinking, when should you start thinking about that? In your 60s or even earlier?
Well, the optimal time is 60.
Okay.
Is the best time to start thinking about it. But the reality is you want to do it before you have a major health event, because I've got too many clients that one of them's not eligible for long-term care because of a health event. And that's when it is too late.
Okay. And kind of my final question, how are benefits paid?
Yeah, that's a good one, because there's two different ways. You've got an indemnity policy and you have reimbursement. And you need to understand the difference. Now, personally, I like the reimbursement better because there's no tax liability. An indemnity policy is one where it says it's going to pay $1,000 a month. And if you qualify with the 2 of the 6 ADLs, they send you the check. Well, anything that you don't use is taxable to you. Whereas a reimbursement, as soon as you pay the benefits, you pay for them yourself, you get reimbursed for it. A little more paperwork, but a whole lot more protection against taxes.
Well, and that's what I love about you. You're always thinking about taxes and looking at your income and reducing that tax liability.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Steve. Our time is up.
Oh, thank you again.
Steve Gaito with Retirement Resource Management. You can go to his website to get more information. You can see it on the screen, and we'll be right back.